Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Restorations and Repairs. Today, I wanted to take you on a full tour of this tool. This is X-Tool's premium top-of-the-line scan tool. It is the IP919. It comes with a J tool, and it also comes with a really nice docking station, so it sits there always ready for you when you need it. It's a rather large scan tool, as you can see, and it is definitely what I would call a premium top-tier scan tool. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this thing, and then I will go through some of the features and functions with it, and then we'll take it out of the car, and I'll give you my opinion on how it performs with, well, we'll play with a Toyota today, I guess. Let's do it. It's a big one. I'm going to go ahead and open this thing up. Next tool for auto. And we'll get it out of here, and it's like a kit. So you're getting the wireless charging stand here, and then we're getting the main box. I'll go ahead and put this on the ground. Get this out. And we got a nice big blow molded case here, although honestly, you get a scan tool like this, you're probably never going to have it around long enough to be back in the scan tool case, you know? At least that's how it is at our shop. All right, for this tool, here's what we're looking at here. So this, you can actually mount it to something that looks like or slide it in, but it's a nice docking port. All right, so we're going to allow it to be plugged in. You'll see the charging light there. On the back, we have our plug, but it also is a docking station, so it has 2 additional USB ports here, which I think is really cool. And it comes with a quick guide to use that, a registration and warranty card, and it looks like our power supply here, which is surprisingly heavy. Oh, I see, okay. Hold on one second, I'll show you what this is. So this slides in, and that makes sense why it's so heavy. We don't want this thing falling over, so it comes with these 2 pieces that slide in. That's going to keep this thing sitting wherever we put it, like so. Right? Cool. All right, well, I'm going to put that away off to the side here just for a second so we can take a look at the main unit. I'm excited to play with this thing. Nice big metal clasp. Some of these cases come with plastic clasps, and I'm happy that this one is not one of them. All right, so looks like a guide here, quick start guide, plus a what's included guide. And then the main tool here is a big one here. I think it's a 10-inch screen. Yeah, nice 10-inch screen here. Nice. Feels like aluminum. There's our charging dock station port there. Rubber on the sides here. Up on top, power button. On the back, speaker and a camera with a, does have a little flashlight on there as well, or a flash bulb, whatever you call it on these things now. So there it is, that's pretty, I like it. Okay, here's our tool, connecting tool here. And you can see spot for power, USB port. Looks like there's a digital display, and then our connection for our OBD2. Looks like it also comes with a connector for cigarette charging. And there's some OBD1 connectors. I didn't know this came with that. So OBD2, that's a GM 12 pin it looks like. So that's pretty impressive. Here's our cable, or I should say one of them, because you know this is it's going to be pretty in-depth here. Yeah, so we have a ton of cabling here. Here's our power supply hookups, and it comes with US standard, but it looks like there's some adapters to use foreign stuff. And more adapters, oh boy, we're going to have a ton of them. Yeah, this is a full OBD1 kit. I've never seen that one before. Huh. That I'm not familiar with. I'll have to read the manual on that. Those I'm aware of. That's a Mercedes. And I can't remember what that one is at this moment, but good Lord, yeah, lots more. That is Half Moon for the Toyota. Then we have our connector, USB-C to USB for the a hardwired connection, USB-C to USB-C for charging. Good gosh, man, there's even more charging stuff here, and a whole bunch of adapters. A whole bunch of adapters. Right on. Okay, so give me a second to get all this set up. I'll turn it on. We'll walk through the process together. So here's our stand. Talks about charging and all the rest on here. But also, if you wanted to leave this thing powered on, you could. I mean, it's going to continue to charge while you're having it there. So Let me go ahead and power it up. And of course, this is going to need some, it's going to need a whole lot of updates, I'm sure, but we'll get into just a little bit of it here. While it goes through its initial boot up, I just wanted to show it to you for that first time so you get an idea of what you're going to get when you unbox this beauty. And it is nice. I mean, I really think it's a good looking tool. Awesome. So here we are, and before I go any further, I do want to point out this tool is unlocked, which means you have access to the Android system that's underneath. In my opinion, for a pro level scan tool, that's almost a necessity at this point. We can add shopware or shop diagnostic software. We can add Identifix app, Napa app, whatever app you want, whatever technician tracking software you have. No matter what, you have the ability to add it. And a lot of the mid-level scan tools, which are also Android-based, they lock the tool. And I really think that hurts them in the long run because for someone like me who's a shop owner, I don't want anything to do with that. I want to be able to get in there and be able to use all this. And so let's take a look at settings. We'll see what kind of information we can get out of this. It is IP919, so it's not giving us a ton there. Holy cow, so it does have 128 gig of memory or of storage space built in, Android 10, and you have to go on their website to figure out what processor and stuff they use, but I have no doubt if it has 128 gig of memory that it's probably pretty darn powerful. Okay, so as far as what apps are included in here, I'm not seeing anything really crazy, but we do have gallery, camera, files, browser, quick support, all the usual suspects. And you get in there and you can also add stuff through the App Store, Play Store, whatever they call that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the diagnostic software here for the very first time. And I'm sure there'll be some registration stuff. I might skip it while we're just doing this for right now, but the registration obviously will give you updates and probably flash the JTool a little bit, all that stuff. Already doing an update. I figured it would. We're going to go into trial for right now just because I want to get this through. 6 trials to go into here, so we'll go into there, and you can see I love the layout of these things. I think it's beautiful. Diagnostics, special functions, report, and more. Let's take a look at more first. Right now, if you want to set up your profile, that's your shop information, technician names, that kind of stuff, so that when you send a report to a customer, they know who they're getting it from and whatnot. VCI manage, right? Well, we're going to link these two together. It looks like there's an endoscope add-on for this, and then we have a user's manual, so that's pretty cool there. Updates, of course, lots and lots of updates. Settings, let's take a look at settings. So English we're going with. We want it in metric for right now. Display and sound, yes, awesome. And then about OS and all that information there. So cool. And then you can go out on the web onto Xtool's website and get information from them directly, which is kind of cool. And then we also have remote access as well. So a pretty nice, simple layout here. I'm not sure special functions might have to be plugged into the car. No, okay, so we do have a list anyway of our special functions. And keep in mind, not all of these are available on all makes and models, but on most you will get this. So oil recite, ABS bleeding, battery resets, TPMs, the usual stuff. Electronic parking brake, AC relearn, throttle relearn, steering angle sensor, coolant bleeding, DPF regen, power balance, crank sensor relearn, gearbox matching, even some suspension stuff. We can write new VIN if we're going to marry a module. It looks like it has some ability to do that. SRS, clutch adaptation. It just keeps going here. We can do speed limit stuff here. That's a new one. Okay, start, stop, firmware reset, headlight, window initializations, ECU configurations, EEPROM, and air fuel resets. So quite a pile of goodies. And then we get into diagnostics, and we can do auto scan diagnostics as well. So let's go out to, I'm going to get us into a 2011, I think it is, Toyota Sienna, and we'll hook this up to it and run through the features and functions. Keep in mind, this thing is just gorgeous. This is the way it sits. The ability to use this as an Android tablet really does also help as well, because you can pretty much do what you need to do with it. Let's go. All right, well, here we are in the car. We're going to go in here, and we're going to do a VIN search. And we have a Toyota, so it found that in literally seconds. And let's go ahead and do a total scan here. All right, so we do have topology, which is nice. And it is cruising, I will say that. Wow. That has got to be one of the fastest scans I've ever seen. All right, and we can make a report here, and it's telling me I've got two bad tire pressure sensors, and we haven't moved yet, so vehicle speed sensor not operational as well. So not bad at all. Then we can do a total clear all DTCs, and it's going to go through. In this case, you know, one system, so no big deal there. All right, well, let's get in and check out diagnostics on this. And we could read, but we know there's no codes here. Let's take a look at live data. I will say so far I'm like really impressed with the speed that this is happening. All right. So here is our custom menu here, like what we picked out, and okay, instantaneous. I can't even tell. That is just literally instantaneous. So we're getting a great response as far as how fast these things are responding. Wow, that is, I'm very impressed. And we have some alternatives here. So we have right here, we have our chart, but we can also make it into a gauge, a dial gauge. And then we can move back over with a minimum and a maximum so we can see if it's going outside of that range. And you'll also notice that we can do this with more than one. So pretty much all of them have that capability. And of course we can also record this information here and then export it if we want to have it for, you know, later use. Cool, let's back out of that. All right, let's see which kind of actuation tests are available on this. All right, and I'm not going to go through each and every one of these, but I do want to show them to you. Wow. So we do have quite a bit for the engine. Special functions. You could do a hard reset on the memory for this. All right, let's get into one of the subsystems, because like most cars can do this, or most scan tools, I should say, can do this, but let's get into something a little more difficult. Let's get into diagnostics of the body, and let's see what kind of special functions we have there. So we can register keys. And the actuation test here is really going to be impressive. Hazard, we can turn on and off. So I want to see if that hazard, if I want to turn that on. Then I can turn it off. And it's gone. So bi-directional controls and even the subsystems. Door locks we can get into. Awesome. High beams, I mean, this is just in this system as well, but live data, of course, we want to see what's going on. I'm trying to think of a couple we can have here. So I can do lock unlock. Now if I lock it, all right, special functions in the body. We already went into that. Okay, so let's try one of the other systems here. Let's take a look at the ABS system real quick. And of course we're not moving, but you could see here's our, we can master cylinder sensor pressure. You can see that go up as I hit the brakes. Our RPM is here. So very complete on the PIDs. No matter what system you're getting into, you're getting a lot of access here. All right. We'll take a look at actuation. So we should be able to, yeah, we can get brake light warning, buzzer, anti-lock brake, stability control, slip indicator, special functions. Reset the memory, test mode, inspection mode, signal check, and air bleeding. So we can do ABS air bleed. Really nice. Let's get into mobilizer, see what we got going on there. Ignition switch, mobilizer, encrypt code. So there, actuation test. I don't think there'd be a whole lot there, but maybe there is. Security indicator. So do we want the little light flashing is, I guess, the only thing it'll do. And then we can do codes for transponders, registration, and erasure on that as well. Wow. Okay. This is pretty cool. ADAS calibration, ECU configuration is also available on this unit. Compass calibration, warnings, lights, power windows, door locks. Cool. And we also have repair tips, diagnostic mode for the navigation system, instrument panel, special handling, typical fault code handling, and initialization after battery disconnect, like getting your mirrors and window locks or windows and all that stuff set up. Very cool. I guess for me, the biggest thing that I like about this is the speed. I mean, it's so effortless to get into these things. You know, I mean, it's just crazy how quickly you can roll through all this stuff. You are not wasting time waiting for a computer, that's for sure. Cool. All right, well, I guess that'll do it. The only thing I'm going to say about this tool that I wish it had, that it does not appear to have, is a little handle on the back here to hang it. I prefer to be able to hang mine on these on the steering wheel. It's a minor nitpick, but maybe in the next revision they can add something like that to it. That being said, other than that, I would say this is one of the top scan tools as far as functionality and speed that I have ever reviewed. So a really impressive piece of hardware. I'll leave a link to where you can get one of these, and I will see you next time. Take care.